Hi, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Vicki, and this is Heartland Knits and Sews, my YouTube channel where I talk about all the things I love to do, mostly knitting and sewing. Today I have an unboxing video for you because my Think Pink box has actually just arrived. It was sent out from England January 6th, which was last Monday. Today is the 13th, which is pretty fast. But it was in town on Saturday. It just didn't get sent out to be delivered, so I had to wait till today. It feels quite sort of squished, like it had a kind of a hard journey, but let's get it open. I'm so curious. A friend in the US received hers on Saturday, and she said she liked it. I didn't get any hints, and the unboxings have been up since, I don't know, Tuesday or Wednesday of last week, because the British boxes, of course, come quite a lot faster than the ones to the US. Yeah, you can see it's quite squished. It's a plain box this month. It just says Think Pink on it, because I watched Andrea's live yesterday, and she did say she's got new boxes in the works. But yeah, so just a plain box, but it's a kind of a different shape. We'll have to see if we can find a use for that. So let's see what we have. It has the card says New Story Chapter 1. And there are two colorways. It's 2.5 meters, which is sort of the usual. And before I get into it, I should show you. You can see it sort of sitting here. This is what I made from my fabric from last month's box. This is the Nikki dress, which is a Maison Fauve pattern. I made one of these last year with a Think Pink box fabric. I'm not sure which box number it was. It was a floral viscose twill that we got last winter sometime. It was kind of very grayed down colors, and I made one of these, and a lot of things went wrong with it. The facing really went wrong, and I never liked the dress when I finished it, and I couldn't really tell why. Whether it was because I didn't like the style, whether I had the sizing wrong, whether I didn't like the fabric, or it was sort of all of those combined. But I never wore that dress, but I just couldn't determine what the issue was. So when this fabric came, I thought, well, two things happened. This fabric came, and then it was shortly after it was Christmas, and for Christmas I received the Nancy Zeman book, her Fitting with Confidence book, which incidentally I didn't realize. I knew she lived, her store and everything was about an hour away from me, and I am old enough to remember watching her show in the 80s when it was on TV. I didn't sew back then, but my mom did, and there was like a whole block of sort of how-to shows, the Victory Garden and This Old House. They were all sort of on Saturday mornings, and I remember sitting with my mom and watching those. But I didn't realize that she grew up less than 20 miles away from me. She grew up on a farm, but she went to the schools of this little town that's super close. No idea. Anyway, she was sort of genius, and her fitting method is so logical and works so well. So on Christmas, I got that book, and I thought that this pattern would be a good one to try, and maybe then I could tell if it was the sizing that was off on that previous dress, and that was what the issue was. So I worked through it. So this was my project that I worked on between Christmas and New Year's, and I made this dress up. I did do different sizing. I had done a full bust adjustment on the previous one, but I did a sized from a 40 to a 46 and did a full bust adjustment, a sway back, and the sizing does work better on this dress. I haven't actually worn it. My dress form has just been wearing it. This will probably stay until like March, just because we've moved into the coldest weather. Actual bitter cold. So anyway, I do like this, the sizing of this one better, and I do think that this will work really well, kind of like in March, because it's got that sort of a lilac-y pink. Oh, and I blocked out my shawl that I thought would go with it, and I took pictures, but I will put those in maybe at the end, because it's easier to put them in at the end. So stay tuned for that if you want to see, because when you block out a lace shawl, it's kind of magical, kind of what happens. So anyway, let's get to my box, because I am just super curious as to what it is. And it's done a little different. The tissue paper just comes out, and I can see the fabric. So the fabric's in there, and this little bag, which has a kitty on it, 2 little kitties. You know, I don't know, back when I kind of used to go shopping or whatever, sometimes you would see something that you had to think twice. Do I actually own this already? Do I have something exactly like this? And that's what I thought when I saw this fabric. It's like, do I already have something just like that? But I don't think I do, but it works. That's how perfect it is, how well it's going to work in my wardrobe. It's kind of amazing. So anyway, I think everything is in here. So let me kind of dump that out so that I can show you and see myself. So, oh good, we have a tea bag. This is PG Tips. It's probably a super common brand in England. I've never heard of it. But yeah, we used to, so this is box 35. My first box was 13. And back then we used to get tea bags quite often, which I really love because I do drink tea. So yeah, so there is that. And there are some fruit shortcake. These little sort of biscuits. So that is going to be my little treat this afternoon. I do usually sit down at 3 o'clock and have a cup of tea. I'm trying not to have to have a treat during it, but today I will because they came in my box. There are, let's see, So Fun nail decals, which are, I guess they're to put on your nails. I don't know if I would put a sewing machine thing on my nail. And right now my nails are horrid because it's so dry. But it's so dry. But there are some really pretty little roses. So I can picture sort of next summer putting some roses on my toeses when it's you know, they're out and seen. And let's see. We have the thread, which is color 414. So there is that sort of a, I always get, is this cream or ivory? I always get like cream and ivory and ecru. Like which one is sort of, I think ecru has more brown in it, but I'm not sure about cream and ivory, off-white. What's the difference? And we have a little stork scissors, which I actually never had a stork scissors. So this is a viscose. The fabric is a viscose. It's so perfect. It's so perfect. Oh my gosh. It is, it's my favorite fabrics for your creativity, which this one was 2, and they're so nice to work with. But look at it, it like matches me. It is like black and cream in this big floral print. Oh my gosh, I love this so much. I don't know what the other colorway is, but this one is perfect. And I think the hard thing is going to be, I'm not going to make it I'm not going to make it up right away because, like I said, this one probably won't get worn until March, till it's like a little bit warmer. I see this as like a summer. I could see this as a Southport dress to wear in the summer. Wouldn't that be pretty? I think the hard thing with this fabric is going to be deciding exactly what to make, because I can see so many things in it that will work perfectly with it, because I love this viscose, and yeah. So this is going to be put on hold until it gets to be a little bit closer to spring and summer. But oh my gosh, I love this. So this was a really great box. We have the matching thread. We have this super cute little scissors, the little stroke scissors, biscuits, and tea, and some little things to do. And you know, with the other one, I've never had these before, so I'm sure there's like some other use for like the sewing related ones to do, like put on the front of a notebook or you know, something like that. But yeah, it'll be fun to sort of explore. But yeah, a super little box. This well worth the wait. So thank you so much for watching, and I'll put the picture that I took of the shawl so that you can see it all blocked out. And I thank you all for watching. I know I had 2 videos. Yesterday I put the video up for my Make 9 for this year. This will definitely be made up this year, just not this month. But so go over and check that if you're interested in some of my plans. But I thank you all for watching, and until I see you next time, happy sewing.